Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by if you're new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. My name's Crystal and today we're going to go through my favorites for the month of November. We are officially in December. This is my first upload for December. I'm so excited to be here. Like, this is my favorite month of the year, even more so than my birthday month. This is just such a festive time. It's summer here in Australia. Like, everything's getting warmer, everything's getting like more fun. We're starting to get our lives back, which is really great. So I thought I would kick it off with my November favorites because I do have quite a few, and I would love for you guys to know what they are because I love watching other people's favorites videos and I hope you enjoy watching mine. So if you do like this kind of content, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I upload every Tuesday and Saturday 6 a.m. Melbourne time, and I have been putting up an additional upload on a Thursday at 6 a.m. Melbourne time as well. So don't forget to have your post notification bell turned on so you don't miss those uploads, as I know that some of you guys have been missing some of them. They kind of get a little bit buried in the algorithm, so just make sure you have your alarm set and that post notification bell turned on so you don't miss my content. And also don't forget to go and follow me on Instagram as well. I'll have my handles on the screen for you guys to go and check me out over there. And without further ado, let's just jump straight into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about that I was loving throughout the month of November was a bronzer. Now this is my NARS Laguna bronzer. Now this is in a limited edition jumbo packaging that you cannot get anymore. It was from Mecca, but you can still get this product. It is a permanent product. Now this is what Laguna looks like. So it is this beautiful neutral bronzer shade. Sorry, I'm missing a nail, ignore that. It's this beautiful neutral bronzer shade. This has been around forever. I feel like, I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, I think it was ranking my bronzers from worst to best. I'll have that linked in the description box below if you missed that. I feel like this got me into makeup. Like, I can attest, me being here on YouTube right now, me talking to you about makeup, me having a passion for makeup and being a qualified makeup artist, to falling in love with this. Like, this was the gateway for me getting into makeup, and I have loved it ever since. I feel like you were either a Laguna girl or you were a Hoola girl. I was a Laguna girl. I have converted more so to Hoola now, but my heart still lies with Laguna. It's just, I love NARS. I just love everything the brand stands for. I love their packaging. I love how reliable their products are. They've always been 100% every single time I put them on my skin. I am wearing this bronzer today, if you were curious, and it's just like every single time you use a NARS product, you know you're going to get a good experience. So that was my favorite for the month of November. But next to that, I do have a second bronzer that I was loving too, which is my Too Faced Sweet Tea bronzer. I have been using this a lot for the past couple of months. It's got this beautiful mint packaging with the rose gold trimming. So this is a baked bronzer. It's a little bit different to the Laguna bronzer in that it was a pressed bronzer. Now this has a luminous and a satin side, and I use this to contour my nose, to do my bronzer, for everything. I also use this in the crease of my eye whenever I'm doing a neutral eye look, and I think it really does bring everything to life because it is such a neutral bronzer and it can work with so many different skin tones. So I loved that in conjunction with Laguna throughout November. And for highlighter, I actually haven't really spoken about this one on my channel, and I've had it forever and I just haven't really talked about it. And it is the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in Beige. Now these were like all the rage a while ago, and then they just kind of fell off the face of the earth. I don't really know what happened, but this is what she looks like. So she's a beautiful neutral highlighter. You can use all of the strips of shades together, or you could use them individually as eyeshadow. So this is multi-use, which I quite like, because if you were going like traveling or something like that, you could ideally, if you wanted to, take your Laguna and take this, and that can count as your eyeshadows, your bronzer and your highlighter, which is really cool because you wouldn't obviously get a complete look with this, but you could just put a little bit of a sheen on the eyes just to kind of amp it up, or do an inner corner highlight to open your eyes up and stuff like that, which is really beautiful. So loving those in conjunction together. But I also have really been enjoying my Bobbi Brown highlighter. It just doesn't really get talked about on my channel or like on YouTube in general anymore, and I feel like this year in particular, because I haven't been like purchasing as much makeup as I normally would, I am starting to rediscover old favorites, and that particular highlighter was definitely an old favorite. I just forgot about it, which is such a shame, like such a first world thing to say. Like, I forgot about a highlighter and I went out and bought more. Like, seriously, I need to get over myself sometimes. Now, my next favorite thing that I was using in November, I'm actually wearing this right now. This is the Bondi Sands Matte One Day Tan Instant Wash Off Flawless Tan for face and body. Now, this is what the packaging looks like. So there are 3 different types. There's the one with the blue glow, there's the one with the yellow glow, and then there's one like this, the matte glow, which is with the purple or pink, whatever you want to call it. It's actually kind of like a fuchsia, but anyway. So the blue one is the glossy, and I have that in my drawers at the moment, and I love that for the décolletage area. But I love this for when, look, I want a really quick tan and I don't want to commit to doing the whole 8-hour sleep in it overnight sort of situation, because this comes off after a day. Now, I'm actually wearing this right now. If you're curious about my tan, this is all I'm wearing. Don't get me wrong, it transfers quite a bit onto your clothes. It's not like transfer resistant. It definitely does still have an element of transfer to it, but it's not too bad. You can definitely deal with it. I use this usually when I have my full tan on as a tan extender, and it does work quite well just because I feel like my tan comes off my décolletage area the fastest, and the slowest comes off my shoulders. It's really odd how that works, and I just use this to keep my neck and décolletage tanned so that it all looks uniform, and it's never let me down. I love Bondi Sands. It's a really great tanning brand. If you haven't already tried it, I definitely recommend this one as well if you can get your hands on it. So the next thing is a setting spray. Now, this is my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I don't talk about this very much on my channel, probably because it kind of gets buried in my collection as well. As with everything else, I have 2 of these. One of these sits in my client kit and one of these sits with me. I've used this today. It does set your makeup quite well and does look quite beautiful. It doesn't like rock solid set it in like the Huda Beauty setting spray would, but I mean, it's really inexpensive. I think it's 17 Australian dollars, or maybe it's 27. I don't know, the 7's ringing a bell, but it's not that expensive considering like the Urban Decay one is like $50 to $55. This is like half of that. It's pretty good. So I really do enjoy this. It's got a really interesting mister on it. I think a lot of other brands are trying to mimic the mister, and that's because it just keeps, I probably just got spray absolutely everywhere now, probably all over the lens and everything. Sorry guys, but it has this really fresh spa like cucumbery minty kind of smell to it, like very faint on the mint. But like when I say mint, I don't mean like mouth mint, I mean like the actual herb mint, if that makes sense. So this is such a luxury experience when you're using this. I do really like it. My clients really like it as well. Like I said, super inexpensive, great product, and you can buy multiple for the price of one other brand, which is really good. So love that one. Next up is blush. Now this is from MAC. This is an OG blush. It's been around forever. Got it in the old packaging. That's how old it is. I use this on myself. Yes, it is expired, but I'm not about the decluttering life, as I have mentioned on this channel a couple of times. This is Margin by MAC. Now this is a powder blush frost. So the formula is a frost formula, so it does have a shift to it. It is very luminous. It has a peachy undertone with a soft silver sheen that goes over the top of it. Now that sounds really scary, but I am wearing the blush today. So this goes really well with the bronzer that I'm wearing, which is Laguna. I adore this combo. I'm really into this right now. I can't say enough amazing things about it. Every single time I'm going into my blush bronzer drawer, I'm always looking for a combo that includes this in it. This is just what I'm reaching for. I really love it. It doesn't let me down whenever I use it. Super pigmented, but not too pigmented to a point where you pick it up and then you put it on your face and you're like, oh my gosh, now I look like a clown. It's pigmented enough where you can build it up and still be quite happy with the outcome, but you don't put too much on your face too quickly and go, oh my gosh, I've just made the biggest mistake of my life, I've ruined my makeup. So I love that. I know that a lot of YouTubers talk about that particular shade as being one of their favorites. It's one of my favorites, and I mean, I can't say enough amazing things about it, and I definitely recommend you pick this up if you're considering making a blush purchase from MAC, because it is stunning. Next up is a lip product, and it's the one that I'm wearing at the moment. This is the Kylie Jenner Velvet Liquid Lipstick in the shade Bare. Now, I didn't like this when I first purchased it, and I think I said on my channel I didn't like it either. This is quickly coming to be one of my favorite shades. Now, I do not like the Kylie Jenner liquid lipstick formula. Don't like it. Don't like her gloss formula. I don't like a lot of things from her brand, but I definitely love these velvet liquid lipsticks. They're super comfortable on the lips. They stay, which I enjoy, and they don't move around too much, but they're not like matte and like stuck to your face, because I know that people find it really hard to remove the liquid lipsticks from Kylie Cosmetics, but these ones are really easy to work with, and I just love this shade. I think it looks really beautiful on. I just feel really comfortable every single time I wear it. I don't feel like I've got the wrong shade of nude on. I feel good, and like that's how makeup should make you feel, and I love that it makes me feel good, and I will continue to wear it into the future. And if you haven't tried that shade, if you like her regular liquid lipstick formula, try the liquid lipstick formula as well. The lip pencil that went with that was stunning as well. I just broke mine, so I ended up throwing one away, but I bought that in the kit and it was worth it. It's so beautiful. Now, moving into concealers. Now, I am like all about these concealers both separately and together. Now, I've talked about my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC20 like a million times on my channel. Just looks like this. Absolutely stunning. Has a pump, so it's super friendly for MUAs, so you can just squirt this out onto your metal palette and then you can just mix as you need to. I love mixing this in with my foundations as well if I want a little bit of extra coverage. But I've also been enjoying the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer. This is in 120, which is a little bit too fair for me, but it is a yellow based concealer, so it does still work. Although the packaging does make it look quite fair, they do sit within the same family. Now, I'm not quite sure if because I've got exposure on my camera if it's coming up, but they do sit within the same family, so they actually go really well together. I love the coverage of my Pro Longwear, and I love the versatility of my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer as well. So I love using them together. I think they're stunning as a combo. I'm really into mixing my base products at the moment. I don't really like to just take it straight out of the bottle, aside from this one, of course. I like to mix them together and see what I can come up with, and I really enjoy mixing my concealers at the moment in particular. So that is my go-to at the moment, and then my other go-to is my Tarte Shape Tape mixed with my Too Faced Sculpt and Correct concealer in the shade Vanilla. I always get the name of that wrong. I don't really know what's going through my head, but I always seem to get that wrong. It's a mouthful, but they're the two combos that I've been obsessed with lately, and if you haven't tried them, I definitely recommend them. The last foundation that I wanted to talk about in this video is actually my Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation in the shade 30WY. Now, this is such a beautiful foundation. It's full coverage, but like it's medium to full coverage, whereas this is full coverage, and then like the Huda Beauty Faux Filter is like industrial coverage. So there's like full coverage on like a scale. This is kind of the lower end of that scale, but the packaging on this, look at that. It's so beautiful. Like my camera's probably blowing it out. Oh, I just think it's so beautiful. Urban Decay executed this really well. I did try their all-nighter foundation and concealer, I believe that's what they were called. Didn't love them. They kind of sat in my pores, and I don't know, it wasn't a good experience. This is completely different from that. If you were burnt by the all-nighter foundation, you won't be by this. This is lightweight, full coverage, and it really does last on your skin. I love it. I love the pump. I love the gold. I love the whole aesthetic of this particular line. It has so many different shades, so no one is going to be left out of the whole shade range in this. They did a really good job, and I love this product. Now, the last product I want to talk about as one of my favorites for the month of November is by Makeup Revolution. This is the Banana Light Baking Powder. Looks like this, and this is a really good dupe for the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Powder. The shade Butter in particular, it's a very similar tone. It's very like finely milled, very similar. They used to say that this was a good dupe for the Ben Nye Banana Powder. I haven't tried that, so I wouldn't know, but it's definitely a good dupe for the Fenty Beauty powder, which I love. And I really like this as well. I'm thinking of getting quite a few different shades. They do have quite an array of shades, so I do think I might go and buy quite a few different shades and pop them all in my kit, because they are so great and they are really inexpensive as well. So I picked this up when I was in England and I've been using it quite a lot lately. I don't want to use it up, but at the same time I'm thinking of putting it in my project pan, because I do quite enjoy it and I think that I can get a lot of use out of it. And yeah, I just can't say enough amazing things about it. And if you didn't know where you could get Makeup Revolution from in Australia, it is in selected Priceline stores. I think they're in a lot more of them now than they used to be, but particularly in Melbourne, I know that the ones in Melbourne Central, they all have it, which is really good. But that is pretty much everything from me for my favorites video for the month of November. I hope you like this video. If there's any products in here that you want any particular in-depth reviews or anything about, please feel free to hit me up, shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I will definitely let you know my full broken down thoughts about that particular product. And do not forget to subscribe before you leave, and also go and check me out on Instagram. My handles were at the beginning of this video and they will also be in the description box for you to go and check me out there. Again, don't forget to put that post notification bell turned on, and I hope you have an incredible December. Like, this is going to be the best month ever, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have a lovely day, guys. Bye.